Hi Aquarius, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to your May singles prediction for 2026. Today we're going to ask our spirit guides what's next in love, what's coming towards you. No past, no exes. I do have some charms and some initials, lots of cards, lots of messages. So welcome back everybody. Welcome to anybody that's new for the first time. Let's call in our spirit guides. Let's see what they have for us. Spirit, I call upon you for my sun, moon, rising. Aquarius, cross watchers are always welcome. What is it that you have for us next in love? What's coming our way? What does the month of May have for us for love? What is it that you want us to know? I am listening for you now. I have a handshake, an agreement, mutual respect. I feel like I'm meeting somebody for the first time. So maybe we start with a handshake. Maybe we start with, you know, a little hug or something like that. Because sometimes you chat with somebody for a while and you kind of feel like you know them. So you give them a little hug, but it could be a handshake. Hi, nice to meet you, you know, on first date, if you haven't met them before. But definitely a introduction. Okay, so we can say it that way. Somebody new. I have a crown, honoring each other's worth and respect. I'm going to definitely go with the energy of you've met your king or queen, because it felt like I'm going to treat you right. I'm going to treat you the way that you're meant to be treated. I'm going to treat you like better than anybody has ever treated you before. And that's probably how you're going to know this is your person, because I feel like they're just going to be so good to you. And you say to people around you, they're just so good to me. They're kind, they're caring, they respect me, you know, so they're going to treat you like a king or a queen. And I have a ring. Is this the one? Wow. You know, I think you'll know in a very short period of time. I think that we're heading into somebody who's real. Okay. Somebody who treats you differently than you've ever been treated before. Somebody who you've been respected before. It's not like that. It's more of a, if this is how they're treating you now, it's only going to get better as they get to know you and they're more protective of you, or they have your back. They have your best interests. So there's a feeling of, you know, imagine if they were your spouse, how they would treat you. You know, they'd really treat you well. So happy wife, happy life. It feels like that kind of an energy. I have a 5 of Cups. I have a 5 of Swords. I have a Page of Cups. And I have a Moon. I really feel like this person's, they don't want to disappoint you. They don't want to upset you in any way. They're not a fighter. Okay, I'm going to say it that way. I feel like they pull themselves out of situations that are have any kind of conflict, unless it directly involves them. They're like, you know, not my monkeys, not my circus. I'm out of here. So they don't, they're people pleaser, for lack of better terms. All right. Like, it makes them happy if you're happy. If you're comfortable, you have everything you need. Can I get you anything? Are you warm enough? Are you cold? You know, you want me to change the heat? You know, like, you need another blanket? You know, I mean, they're just a very accommodating person to make somebody else comfortable. So I do feel like that's their priority. And there's a part of me that says, with this page and the Moon, that I'm hoping that you notice. Okay, so they don't want to be taken for granted. They're not a pushover, spirit saying. They're doing these things for the right reasons. And they want they don't want to be taken for granted, and they want to be thanked, and they want some of that loving energy in return. Okay. But they're not begging for it. They're not asking for it. They're hoping that they meet somebody that it's natural for them we make each other comfortable. We make each other, you do these little things for each other so that their life is a little bit better because you're in it. Okay. So that's how it's coming into me. But they are a people pleaser. They probably will admit it. You could be a people pleaser. That could be, yeah, I'm definitely a people pleaser. I know I am. I have a Sun. I have a Two of Pentacles. I have a King of Cups. And I have an Ace of Wands. I feel like they choose to be in this relationship is how it's coming into me. There may be, I don't even think it's a nanosecond that they go back and forth with, are you the one, or is this the person I want to be with? Maybe we go, of course, on a few dates. But I do feel like once they get over the hurdle of you are definitely somebody I want to be with, I feel like they are all in. This is somebody who gives their heart. I'm going to say big heart. Okay. Very giving, and giving in not a materialistic way. It doesn't mean that they won't wine and dine you or treat you or something like that. I don't feel like that's important. I feel that it's more spending time with you, Spirit saying, listening to you, long conversations. This King gives you their heart, and I feel like they are just all in right from the start. So you could have a very emotional energy sign, like a water sign, something like that. But I do feel like I'm not struggling, Spirit saying. I'm not struggling with the emotions with this person. This person is, their emotions are written all over their face. Okay. Like you'll know how they're feeling. I don't feel like they get upset very often, but if they were to get upset, you would know it because they would be quiet. They would take a step back. They're not aggressive. They're not a fighter. They would get quiet is how I feel. So, but they're all in. Okay. So that feels good. Spirit, tell me more about this connection. What is it that you really want to tell me? Where is this connection headed? What is it that you have for us today? My Aquarius need to know. I have obsessed. Little bit of you could be the first person that they've ever thought about as much as they're thinking about. And that to them seems like an obsession. Is it abnormal? Maybe not. But to them, it seems like I've never thought about somebody this much. I've never had somebody on my mind. They're strategizing, Spirit saying, like, they called you on Monday. Can I call you on Tuesday, or do I need to wait till Wednesday so that I don't look like I'm love bombing you? So they're like strategizing their next play, which is really cute. Upside down, you made me, I'm all messed up. I think this person head is spinning a little bit for you, and it's cute. It's in a nice way. It's I feel like this person's very sweet, very charming, very loving, and I feel like you just caught them and their like head is spinning about you. After a divorce, somebody's coming out of a divorce. After an ending, this is happening, and growing old together. Okay, so maybe that's something you haven't even thought about. And maybe it's the person that you do want to grow old. You can't imagine not growing old together. You start to talk about our future. I'm ready to take a risk at the bottom of my deck. Beautiful. And then I have an uprooting. So I'm moving. And I have spiraling. Okay, uprooting, moving. My emotions are spiraling. I think that that happens when you're just caught off guard with, I actually have met somebody I like, you know, instead of being with somebody that you're like, well, we'll see. They're okay. They're, you know, they're nice enough. As opposed to somebody that you're, you know, you're really excited about, you're really thinking about them, you're really attracted to them. You kind of jump when the phone rings. So I think that it's going both ways on both sides, and maybe it's just been a long time that somebody's really been exciting. I think that happens. Let's get some initials. Let's see what the initials are saying. But I do feel like his or her head is spinning because of you. And I do feel like this person's going to treat you like a king or queen. I mean, I think they're going to treat you really, really well. It's just in their nature, Spirit just said. It's just who they are. Whoever they fall in love with, whoever they end up being with, they're going to be really good to. I have the letter D. I have a P, R, A. I have a Z. I have a Q, an H, a V, another V. I have a U, an I, and I have another Q. Okay, so for those of you that may connect, and then we're going to do some double letters. I have first letter, second letter of a first name or a last name. So let's do a handful of these as well. Okay. Spirit, what, any names? And some of you may have somebody in mind, and some of you may be just waiting for your person. So they're just clues. Okay. Let's see. K-E, J-E, J-O, C-A, O-L, A-A, M-O, E-V, R-U, S-M, G-E. Let's get a couple more. I have an H-E, and I have an L-O. Okay. Spirit, tell me more about this connection, my person, clues. What is it? Any evidence? What is it you need me to know? I have a healing, a heartbreak. So I will be saying I have come out of something. Maybe one of you has come out of something more recently than the other. Maybe one has, you know, ended something a while back, and somebody says, yeah, I just got divorced 6 months ago, something like that. I have a Libra. I have a Taurus. I have a Cancer, Virgo energy. I have giving in to the desire. Yeah, I think you're very attracted to each other. The forbidden fruit. I don't think there's anything forbidden about this, but it probably feels like this can't be real. This is too good to be true. But so maybe there's a part of you that says this is forbidden in a sense, like this happens to other people. This doesn't happen to me. What's the bottom of the deck? I have a Gemini energy. And also this feeling of you manifested this. You manifested this into your life, that you've attracted this energy into your life. So this is something that you've been working towards. You have been asking for the person who, they don't have to be everything, but they've got to be good. They've got to be good to you. I feel like that's the number one thing you've been asking for. You know, bring somebody who's kind. Bring somebody who is caring. Somebody who appreciates me, they're saying. So those could be things that you've been manifesting and saying to Spirit. Well, Spirit knows that. Let's see what else they have. They like to use their initials often. So the person who signs their name with their initials real quick feels like, real fast. They will be the one to initiate contact. I'm in agreement with that. They will be the one reaching out. They start the conversation and they have something important to say to you. That felt like an invitation. That felt like, can we talk? Do you want to go to such and such? Part of me feels like it's an invitation to not even a big event. It feels like, do you want to go to my, a family's birthday party? Somebody's turning 70 years old, or somebody's got, a big anniversary. And, I just thought I'd bring you. It's not a big deal. It's just my immediate family, but I thought that I would bring you, so it kind of feels like that next step where they aren't hesitating to introduce you to the people. And I always say that that's a big clue, that is a clue that says, I'm with this person and this person is important to me. Okay. When they keep you a big secret and you don't meet their family and friends, they are not looking for what you're looking for typically. They'll come into your life when you least expect it. Okay. So just waiting, hums, hums often. Okay. So they sing, they hum. That's interesting. Enjoys landscaping, gardening. Okay. They called you the other night. Okay. Some of you maybe have already talked to this person once or twice, they're saying. Lives near you. Okay. Bottom of the deck, I have has brown hair and has dreams about you. I'm going to go with, I definitely feel like you are on their mind. And I think that surprises them because they've dated other people. They've been in other relationships. Why is it so different this time? Let's get some charms. Sometimes somebody just captures your imagination, your attention, and you do end up kind of daydreaming about them like a crazy person. And you're wondering, like, what has this person done to me? Okay, so here's some beautiful charms. Let's see where they want me to go with this. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. That looks good. All right, what does this guy say? In the AM, maybe our first date is like breakfast or brunch, cup of coffee, something simple. Okay. Also, it felt for a second there that they like to say good morning. Okay. So once we kind of are in a connection, they could be checking in every day, like on the way to work, something like that, just checking in. How'd you sleep? What's going on? What are you doing today? So I feel like they're pretty good about that. I have getting all dressed up. This is coming into me as fashionable. It could be you, it could be them, but they could like your sense of style. Let's say it that way. I like how you dress. I like your hair. I like your makeup. I like your, you got a cute style. You got a cute look. So they could compliment you on your clothes. They could notice those things. You're pretty put together, they're saying. So they're definitely taking notice of those things. So that's nice. I have the letter F. Okay, I'll take the letter F. What is this guy? Okay, let's see. This is a Scorpio energy. Is this a dinosaur? Looked like a dinosaur. What is it? Oh, it's a cat. It's a cat. I'm looking at it upside down. It looks like a striped cat. Okay, looks like a striped cat, like a tiger. Okay, but I'm going to go with a tiger striped cat. Okay, I'm going to go with like a gray and, black stripe, white, something like that. It's tiger striped cat. I have mittens, and the mittens are coming into me more as cold hands. So one of you could always have cold hands, cold feet. So they take your hands and they kind of do that let me warm up your hands. And like, oh my God. Or you put your hands on them. They're like, oh my God, your hands are freezing. So you might know that about yourself. And what is this? This is a letter K. I have a child. Looks like a little boy baby. One of us could have a son already. So that could be a clue that whether they're grown or doesn't really matter what age, but we could have a son in this connection. I have a pacifier, okay, leaning on the younger side. Could be a grandson also that maybe somebody helps take care of, like during the day when their daughter works, something like that. And then I have a heart. You've got my heart. I'm going to say with the baby, if this baby's in your life, like this baby has got my whole heart. This baby is like, you think you love your child until you have a grandchild. So there's something going on with that. And then I have this big paw print. So I have a large dog. I have an oversized dog. Okay. So I feel like the big paws, everything about the dog is big. So maybe somebody just has a bigger dog than I'm used to, but they love their dog, and that is going to be a big, important part of our life. Okay, so we've got animal lovers, cats and dogs. Nice. Spirit, please share with me. Let's see when this connection is coming. Actually, I want to do a couple more cards. I want to see something else. Let's go into these soul messages first. Spirit, please share with me. Let's see. I have a union of hearts, two hearts coming together as one in perfect unity. This union creates a powerful and loving connection that brings out the best in both parties. I do feel like we both bring our heart to this connection. I feel like we're both really, really good to each other, that you have a big heart. They said, this person has a big heart and is very giving, but so are you. And let's face it, you give to somebody, you get back. You hope that you get back, right? So if you're good to each other, I feel like it's just always this kind of beautiful give and take, and just kind of this balancing act of we're both there for each other in a very caring, loving way. I have a divine romance. Your romance is guided by the divine forces. Trust in this higher guidance and allow it to lead you to a love that is pure, passionate, and everlasting. I always like the feeling of an everlasting love. So growing old together says everlasting, doesn't it? It says, I definitely want to keep you. I want to be with you and stay with you. And then I have a divine union. Your union is blessed and supported by the divine. This sacred connection brings peace, joy, and a sense of purpose to your relationship. There's always a purpose for someone coming into our lives. Some of you, it could be to raise children. Others of you, it could be to take care of each other. It could be to start a business, start a charity, volunteer together. There's always a reason and a mission for the reason that you've met. But right now, I feel like it's one of the biggest reasons is to have somebody that's good to you and you're good to them. And there's nothing wrong with that. That feels... sign me up. That's really what it's all about. Spirit, when is this love coming into our life? We want May. We want to see May come up. I have the next new moon, number 49. Within the next couple of months, the number 43. I have November being important. So November would be Scorpio, Sagittarius. I have next full moon. Okay, new moon, full moon. Okay. I have, it's the right time to take action, the number 6. So June. Okay. Taking action. I guess when this person crosses your path, you don't say no. You're open to it. You're excited about it. We had that handshake in the beginning, right? So it feels like it just starts out as a simple introduction, like, hi, who are you? You know, my name is so-and-so, what's yours? So it feels like it starts out really, really simple. It's like no big deal. And then it just goes from there. So I'm going to say an organic meeting. I will say comes into your life organically, something like that. So just keep going with the flow and put your energy out there and allow this to cross your path. Let's ask Spirit to bring this to you now. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. I want to thank you all for being here. If you're new to my channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Claim it, own it, it's yours. Put it out into the universe in the comments. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please visit my website, KathyMamolin.psychicmedium.com. I did update my website in the last week or so with some new half-hour love readings. You may be interested in those, and the information about them is in the description below. I hope you enjoyed your reading today for the month of May, and we'll see you all again real soon.